I was in the hospital with her those last moments, and they were truly horrifying, full of nonsensical screams and cries. But there was this moment, this one instant of strange calm, where she looked in my direction and said, I see you.
As many of you probably know, BoJack Horseman Season 5 came out on Netflix this Friday, and to my surprise at least, it included mostly episodes that revealed the past of characters. I thought it was absolutely amazing that they went back and we got so much background on all these characters, and I was just honestly completely impressed that they did it so well. But one particular episode just kind of shot out at me. I can't say it stands out from the rest because I loved all the episodes in this series, but it's one that I thought, hey, this deserves its own theory. I will make a theory about this. The episode I'm talking about is Season 5, Episode 6, Free Churro. Now, if any of you haven't watched this yet, I would strongly suggest watch this episode first. It isn't connected to any of the rest of the episodes in Season 5. If you haven't watched Season 5 yet, but you have watched the rest of the series, I would say pause this, go check it out. So, for all of you who are still here, I'm assuming that you have watched the episode. So, one particular thing I want to talk about in this episode, my theory for this episode, happens when we are talking about the final words of Beatrice Horseman, which were, I see you. Now, during this episode, near the middle, BoJack goes through sort of like a series in his brain, and he can't decide, like, what did those last words mean? What are the different meanings that they could possibly take on? What did she mean when she said, I see you? And there are 7 pretty distinct meanings that he says that those words could mean. Like, pretty 7 distinct messages that she could have been trying to get across to him through those words. And so today I'm going to go through each of them and I'm going to rate how likely I think they are to be true based off of our knowledge of the BoJack Horseman series, Beatrice Horseman, and just what makes sense to me. Number 1. So a simple recognition of someone in the room. That seems possible, maybe, and I can see why that would be a good thing, like just, you are in this room. I see you. It makes sense. However, it doesn't really have deeper meaning to it. So because of that, for now, we're going to rate this a little bit lower. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to say that this is probably a 2 on likeliness scale. Secondly, this one I absolutely love. This might be my favorite one out of all of them. A moment of connection just to spite him on the way out. I think that this is highly likely. 5 means that it's the answer, essentially. So I'm not going to give it that. I'm going to give it a 4.5 and say, wow. This may not be it, Chief, but it's awful close. Number 3. So the I see you in this sort of menacing way, like, I know what you've hidden from the world. I know what you don't want anyone else to find out. I really don't think that's it. The way that she says it, it's very almost awakening, almost dreamlike. There is no menace. He even mentions that. There's no menace, there's no bitterness, there's no backstab. It's just, I see you. So I'm going to rate this lower as well. I'm going to give this probably a 1.5. I honestly don't think that this is it. Would it make sense? Yes, I can agree why it would make sense. It's just based off of how she said it, and based off of BoJack's own description of how she said it, I'm going to say that no, this probably isn't it. Number 4. You're an object that has entered my vision. Again, this is really close to number 1, like simple recognition of someone, but recognition more like implies that, hey, I know you, I recognize you. It's like kind of when you're playing with like a baby and you go peekaboo, like, peekaboo, I see you. That's what number 1 is more like I see you, you are a person, I am focused on you. Versus, you're an object that's entered my vision, that's more of a, oh, you're there. Like there's no connection, there's no meaning, it's more just like, oh, you're there. You weren't before, now you're good for you. That it's kind of more of a flip it, more of just like a relax, like you're just there, you know? So Again, I don't think that this is it. It's very similar to the first one, and the first one was honestly better, so I have to give this one a 1.8. I honestly don't think that this is it either. Number 5. This one, I also really like this one. Seeing her husband, especially since at the end, when her husband did die at the funeral, she said, "My husband is dead, and everything is worse now." I really like it. I really like the idea that she saw his ghost before she died. I could see this. So I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this a 3.5. Not the hugest, most likely, but like it's a good idea. Good idea. Number 6. I acknowledge that you're drowning. I like this. It's a little bit sentimental, a little bit sweet, but it would make sense that I see that you are also drowning. We all know that each other are drowning, and you're the last one now. My husband is dead. I'm about to be dead, but I see that you are going to still struggle with this on your own. It's a little bit sentimental, a little bit sweet, maybe not exactly Beatrice's style, but I'm still going to give it like a 3.7. Like, honestly, 3.7, because it's pretty good. It's a pretty good idea. I like it. It both sticks with Beatrice's nature, because it's not direct help or in anything, but yeah, it goes with the idea that Bojack was saying that they all realized that they were all drowning together, but none of them knew how to help each other. Number 7, ICU, Intensive Care Unit. Now, I don't know if they have signs like inside the rooms that say ICU, Intensive Care Unit. I've never been in an intensive care unit. Actually, no. I know I'm going to rate this. I have to rate it 4.7. It may not be the perfect answer, but it's as close as we're ever going to get without actually being Beatrice. And it's more important than the meaning of connection, that moment of connection, because this show dabbles with deeper meaning and the lack of meaning so much that this would make sense. That her final words were literally nothing more than reading a sign, and that he has wasted so much time looking into nothing and trying to find meaning in nothing. And that's honestly what Bojack finally settles on, but that's my idea too. I would agree that ICU, intensive care unit, is the most likely thing that she probably meant with her last words. Even though if you do have the captions on, it's ICU, like the words, but it's fine. It's fine. So really good. So that looks like our top one, with our runner-up being Moment of Connection to Spite. So that's just my opinion on what all of these could have meant. Obviously, I can be wrong. Maybe I interpreted it wrong. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Say which ones you think are most likely. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with all your friends, because BoJack Horseman is amazing. Like, we need to get the word out there. 13 Reasons Why canceled. We're canceling it. 13 Reasons Why is over a party. We're all hardcore switching over to BoJack. BoJack does the depression better. BoJack does the suicide better. BoJack does drug addiction and alcohol addiction better. BoJack does everything so beautifully and so tastefully. It's amazing. Okay, cancel those other shows. Cancel those fake wannabes. We're sticking with BoJack. Thank you. And yeah, obviously, don't forget to like this video too if you did like it. All my social media is right there. You can see it. It's pretty great. Follow me. I'm in school, so there's a lot of depressed posts. Yay. Great. I think that's all on you guys, so let's have some fun and smile, because we don't have a long face. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.